Casey still doesn't give you comfort. He wants to defend himself so bad. Like, just sit your ass down and just say, like, I was wrong.
What I will say is that I'm sorry again.
I don't want to hear that.
He did. You just didn't hear him because you were too busy talking over him like always. Hey y'all, it's Nay. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for Love Island USA Season 8, Episode 26. So if you haven't seen it yet, you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on Episode 26, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation, and give this video a like and a hype before you go. Y'all, I low-key miss y'all. I feel like I haven't seen y'all in 2 days because Tuesday night we did an impromptu live stream because of the movie night, and then Wednesday there's no episode. Like, I haven't seen y'all in 2 days for real. That's crazy. C was the one who wanted to do a live stream for movie night, and he said it even like he said it early in the day. He was like, let's do a live stream for movie night. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm so happy he said that because I don't know, trying to do a regular video with how pissed I was, I probably would have just been ranting. I would have been on my soapbox the whole video. So it actually was better that I was able to get my feelings out on a live stream and converse with like-minded and different-minded people and actually process what I just watched with other people. So shout out to all of y'all who came through for the live in real time, and those of you who watched the replay. You know, we love y'all. Y'all are the GOATs. Now that that's out of the way, Aniya, defenders to the front of the line. I've been pulling y'all to the front of the classroom all season. Y'all know that production threatened to kick her off the show, right? That's the only reason she had another conversation with Casey. That's the only reason she apologized to him, and it's the only reason that she wasn't cutting him off in that conversation that we saw them have.
Casey, I genuinely want to say I'm sorry for standing up in your face. That was really disrespectful, and you do not deserve that. I know I'm genuinely so sorry. That was very out of character.
She apologized because production had a talking with her, and they threatened to kick her off the show because of all the talk they were seeing happen online. And so shout out to me, shout out to C, shout out to Sean, shout out to It Takes Two, shout out to y'all because y'all know I'm on Threads. I've been seeing y'all on Threads. I've been seeing y'all on Instagram. Shout out to all of us because we made that happen. I think it was fake, but we made enough noise so that they did it, because had we said nothing, they wouldn't have done it. And furthermore, I actually hate that he apologized again and again and continues to apologize because, one, y'all know I'm not really seeing what the hoopla about even his movie night. I don't really understand why y'all mad at that. I'm not really feeling like he did anything wrong. I think y'all don't know what the meaning of disrespect is, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. That's what I think. Feel free to think your own thoughts. But I say that I hate that he apologized because I have been seeing a lot of discourse over the last 24-ish, a little bit more hours, about the fact that she only got in his face and looked down on him and talked down to him like a dog.
Sitting up there, I was fucking crying. I fucking laughed. I ran over, and what did you do? You stood up there and you fucking laughed. Like, no. What the fuck are you standing up for?
Yeah, like a dog that someone hates. She only did that because he stood up in his place, on his side, in his space, and started talking. And y'all are justifying that. So my question is, if when Melanie got up and started yelling at Sincere, and Sincere would have got up and told her ass to sit the fuck down and started yelling at her in her face like this, y'all would have been okay with that? The answer is no, but you know, you'll find a way to make sure that's okay. What he did, like I said, and many of us have said he did, was stand up to be heard. He even reiterated that.
But like, I just felt like I wasn't
Being heard. And I 100% understand that.
Whether y'all want to admit that that's what happened or not, and I know y'all don't. What she did was get into his face, tell him to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, and literally look down on him. Look down on, like he's beneath her, like he's scum on the bottom of her shoe. That's how she spoke to him. And if you think that those two things are the same thing, listen, in the words of Aniya, that's your business, baby, because I'm not gonna argue on that. If that's what you genuinely think, I can't argue with that. So production made her apologize, and that's why she's still on the show. I think it's BS because I don't think she should be on the show anymore. I think if a man had done that, they would have been off the show. And I think that people will try to say, well, of course, if a man did it, they would be off because that's aggressive. It's aggressive either way. If another woman got into my face and started talking down on me and telling me to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, that would still be aggressive, even though I'm a woman and they're a woman. It's still aggression. I'm not gonna get on my soapbox, but again, y'all don't take men's mental health seriously. Y'all think that men can't be abused. We were watching it on TV on Tuesday, and I think that's the part that you're not seeing, is that was abuse. That was verbal abuse. And at this point, it's damn near mental warfare on KC. And that's why production felt the need to do something and make her apologize on camera. It was fake as hell. The typical turnaround time for them to flip this show, edit it, and get it out to us is about a day or two. Probably mostly 2 days, maybe a day and a half. So this is what I think happened. We saw the first episode of Movie Night on Tuesday. I believe that they paused for lunch or dinner or whatever it is. And then we saw that first piece that got aired. So that was happening in real time. And when I say lunch or dinner, I just mean they took a break. I mean, it could have been 1 a.m., 2 a.m. If you've ever been on set, you know that these things can run all night. I went on set one time. I was an extra. I literally didn't have any lines. I just had a cameo. I just popped my head in a window and popped my head back out. I was on set for like 16 14 hours. So when you're producing and when you're filming, it could be, it's very long days, very long days. So I believe that they took a break. They broke for lunch or dinner or to compose themselves, whatever they break for. They aired that episode. We watched it. We started discourse online. They took that discourse and they said, oh, they're actually really up. Like, they're not happy about what we just showed. Okay, before we start shooting again, Aniya, get over here. You need to apologize to him and you need to let him talk. And then they said, when he pulls you again, and he will pull you again because we're going to tell him to, he's going to apologize again and you need to say that you accept it and you guys need to hug. That's what production told her. No doubt in my mind.
Glad that you were just like, okay, it was bad, and like that you are sorry.
It was a mirror for sure.
Yeah, honestly, I respect your apology.
And I believe that they told Trinity to shut up too, because we ain't heard nothing else from her damn near for the rest of this episode. And then they had all of Wednesday and their 14-hour difference to get that edited, most of today to get that edited, and then they got it up to us. So I believe that movie night is shot actually in real time because I think they're waiting on feedback from the audience. Everything else has that 2-day, but I believe that this is actually like a 1-day turnover or turnaround. And that's actually one of the things that I really love about this show. I love that it's in real time. It's such a unique reality TV experience. I know a lot of y'all are Big Brother fans. I've never seen a single episode of that show, but if my knowledge about the show is correct, I think it's been on for like 80 years. If my knowledge is correct, it is shot in real time. Like, it's a 24-hour surveillance of people from what I know. It's such a unique experience. Most reality TV, like Love is Blind, we know they shoot damn near a year ahead. So by the time we see them at the reunion, people been together for a year, they've been broken up for a year. It's reality TV, but it's not real-time reality TV. It's a very unique experience, and that's what I like about this show because it allows for real-time changes. That being said, production, y'all not fucking slick. I don't believe Aniya's apology was real because it was production led. We saw that she was quiet as hell when Casey was apologizing. We saw her say that she forgave him. None of that came from her heart because we saw how she's been acting. Unless you got something else going on, there is no way that you go from that much of an extreme to this much of another extreme. It just doesn't happen. It's not realistic human emotion, especially not on the same night. And so, yeah, that just simply didn't happen. It just simply didn't happen. And they're so obviously trying to paint Aniya in a good light, and I don't understand why. If that's the treatment that Nepo babies are going to get when they come on this show, keep them off the show. Get them out my villa. If y'all are going to treat Nepo babies and children of celebrities with favoritism, get them out. I'm here to see reality TV. Nobody does reality like Love Island. Like I said, outside of Big Brother. Y'all do it in real time. It's genius. It's such a genius concept, and you were doing it right for so long. Now, y'all picking favorites, and it's not fun. We don't want to see that shit. So, no more Nepo babies on this show. I don't want to see no more NBA babies, no NFL babies, no influencer celebrity babies. Put them on Real World Celebrity or something. I don't even know if that's still a thing. Put them on Next Gen. Ain't that Next Gen the show with all the Real Housewives kids? Put them on that, okay? If I want to see celebrity and Nepo babies, I'm gonna watch that show. I don't. But if that's what I want to see, then I'll watch that. I don't watch Love Island to see Nepo babies. And that's what I think she's getting. I think she's getting a Nepo baby edit, as well as Zach. Zach is a Nepo baby in a different way because his brother is an alumni of Love Island. So he's also getting a Nepo baby edit, which I'll get into later. And I just want to say this before I move on from this and hopefully never have to talk about Aniya again. She's been increasingly harder to watch over the last week or so, maybe even longer than that. Watching her mimic other people and listening to her incorporate AAVE into her Rolodex that she didn't use before. She uses the word dead ass so much because Melanie uses that word. She uses the word baby, and so annoyingly and incorrectly because Trinity uses it. I desperately want her to have her own personality. Like I said, I have no problem against Aniya other than the fact she's been moving real shady and none of it is being shown to the Islanders. They're not gonna know until they get out, and by then it might be too late. I need her to go to therapy immediately after this. Don't even go back home, girl. Just jump straight from the plane and off the what's it called when you walk? The tarmac? Girl, I don't know. I'm afraid of flying. Walk straight from the runway on the plane and straight into the therapist's office. They need to have it waiting in the airport for you like the Delta Sky Club. So we actually see Corbin and Parmita first, and I just love watching Corbin do a movie night. Listen, this was his night.
What I said was true.
All I have to say is, did he lie though? Everything he said was true. Especially in regards to Kenzie doing the splits and throwing that ass. And if he wasn't thinking about Kenzie and Casa, whoop-de-doo. And then Jim was over here piping up in Kenzie's defense. Girl, you sit down, because you haven't even seen what Kenzie's done yet. Didn't she just fuck on your man like 8 hours ago? Also, did y'all peep when Kenzie, we saw the movie night of Kenzie telling Jen not to say that she kissed anybody, and Jim was like excited, was like, and I didn't tell anyone. And the girls were like, shh.
And we were like, we're just gonna keep this between me and you.
Yeah.
More energy and effort.
And I didn't tell anyone, bitches.
Production would have had to have a talk with me, because who are y'all shushing? Who y'all feeling like? Jen should have took a page out of TT's book. You gonna shut me up? And you know what's funny? They had an exchange after Corbin's high school comment, and Kata said, well, that's okay, because we said that the Casa boys were more mature than y'all. Yeah, because that's the same thing, which is what me and everyone else has been saying. It's the same comment. Zach says it's the same comment, and all of a sudden Kata's like, it's not the same thing, even though you just used it in defense of you saying it.
You just literally said you said all the boys were maturer than us anyway. So we've both said the same thing, so it's fine.
Exactly the same thing.
Literally, no, we did not.
Woo, mental gymnastics. And I'm on Corbin's side.
I don't even give a fuck. I'm not having no more chats with these girls. I'm not building up no fucking connection.
Time is over to be building connections, trying to have conversations, even trying to squash the drama. At this point, we're enemies for life. So we got a part 2 of the Sincere Chronicles. Amora said, Melanie, I dodged a bullet, but more power to you, sis. More power to you.
Sometimes rejection is protection.
Now, Sincere is definitely a big liar, and I actually think he did have all of this coming to him, but damn, he did have it a little tough, didn't he? Because his Casa Amor connection was actually in the main villa. So he had to try to justify his Mojo Dojo Casa House actions while not offending both Amora and Melanie. And what I mean by that is Zach didn't have that problem. Zach was with the Blur. The Blur is not back in the villa, so when he's talking to Kata, he could just be like, I wasn't gonna bring her back anyway. Sincere can't say that because the woman is sitting right there. Also, we saw the movie, but the woman is sitting right there, so like he has to try to placate both of them. He finally admits that he's a people pleaser in this episode as well, which we could all tell, but it's not an excuse, boys. Straight to therapy. Go ahead and sit next to Aniya in the waiting room. So yeah, that's a tough spot to be in. Not gonna lie. Also, did y'all peep how Bryce was defending Sincere? How do y'all justify that?
But he doesn't properly say how he feels about things, so that's clearly the issue that
he
keeps
does.
happening. And it's not your problem.
So when KC says something, he's a bitch and he's disrespectful, but when Sincere says it, he just has trouble articulating his words. Like I said before, some of y'all deserve gold for the mental gymnastics that y'all are doing. And I can't even argue with that because it's just stupid to me. And to everyone who said that the reason the girls didn't yell at Sincere like they yelled at KC was because they were matching Melanie's energy, I saw a lot of people say that, oh, well, they were just matching Melanie's energy. She was calm, so they didn't want to say anything. What happened when she got up? I didn't see them jumping up. You know why? Because production had told them not to gang up on people anymore. But they only said it after they had already done it to KC twice. They were going to let that continue to happen, and I need y'all to understand that. They were going to keep doing it if we didn't say anything. So like I said, shout out to us for making some noise, because I believe we're going to have a documentary about this show some years in the future. It's definitely going to be some type of Netflix documentary, Surviving Love Island, and I'm not even joking. We know that multiple people have committed suicide, like I mentioned. We have physically with our own eyes, those of us who have common sense, have seen abuse take place this season. I know some of you are Love Island veterans, so you've seen it take place in other seasons. They will continue this unless we make enough noise, and there will be a documentary in the future talking about it, and I will be here to cover it. Yes, don't think I will miss the opportunity. And then we see Aniya talking to Sincere the next day, calm as hell, not yelling at him. She says calmly, you were wrong. I'm glad that you admit you're wrong, but she doesn't yell at him after you watch him disrespect your best friend. And after your best friend went hard for you, not gonna lie, after she went hard for you, I didn't see you give the same energy to him.
You look dumb as fuck.
Right.
I'm sorry, my love.
No, I want you to tell me this.
And do y'all want to hear my conspiracy theory about that whole thing? I very much believe that Aniya is playing the long game when it comes to Sincere. And all the girlies know what I mean by that. There are some men that will be your friend, be your best friend, just to remain in your orbit. And they'll be there through a couple of boyfriends, a few boyfriends. They'll be a shoulder to cry on. They'll be there for you to talk shit about when your man piss you off. And in the words of Aniya, they're there to be a Captain Save-A-Ho. But they'll say they're your friend. They're your best friend. And then one day when you've been single for a bit and they feel like it's finally their time to step in, they will make a move on you. And they'll say, it's always been you. All this time, I thought you felt it too. They were playing the long game. They were waiting for the opportunity to essentially express their love for you. I think that that's what Aniya is doing with Sincere. So she'll stick around. She'll stick around through all of his ups and downs, his trials and tribulations. She'll be there for Melanie because that allows her to stay in Sincere's orbit. And she'll be there for Sincere because that allows her to stay in Sincere's orbit. But her loyalties do not lie with Melanie. Her loyalty lies with herself in the sense that she's playing the long game with Sincere. That's my theory anyway. Anything that happens to Dylan from here on out is none of my business. To watch her do all that ping-ponging with all those different men and still go into bed and kiss her the way that he was kissing her that night, and then to say this.
I feel like even through those last 2 days, even though they really sucked, I feel like that kind of helped us grow.
Yeah, you could never be my client. Good luck with your case. Kenzie started biting her nails hard as hell when she saw her clip started rolling because she know what she did. And what she actually did was in line with what Sincere did. She is actually the female Sincere this season. And I love to see it. Hey, it's all equal opportunity over here. If that's who she wanted to be, that's her Love Island experience. I can't take that from her. Like I said, there's something about me that loves it, okay? You playing the game, girl. I'm not too mad at it. I'm mad about the lying. I wish she and Sincere would be more open about it. But they did technically play the game. They just lied. But then everybody let her sit there and give this whole I see a kiss as a handshake type of thing. Just remember she still feels that way outside the villa. Just remember that. And then when Kata spoke to her the next day, it's just more double standards coming from these girls.
Wanted to give her a little hard love, but not too hard because obviously these past couple days have been fucking crazy.
So the last few days have been really hard on her, so you don't want to give her a harder time, but you were perfectly fine with giving KC a hard time at movie night, even though the last few days were hard for him. Kenzie has pretty much consistently this entire season had 2 to 3 men at any given time. Don't forget that she explored with Gabe. Don't forget that she explored with Sean. She keeps a man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't be mad at it. She keeps a man. But all I'm saying is the energy is not being reciprocated across people. So y'all must be living in a different universe than me. I don't know what universe y'all living in, but it must be reversed. Y'all know how when you was a kid you used to do opposite days? Yeah, y'all must be in opposite universe where what she's doing is not that bad and what KC did allows y'all to call him the devil because one of y'all did do that. I deleted the comment because I'm just not gonna accept that, but somebody on my channel did call him the devil, which is crazy work, by the way. You know who the real devils are? Real devils are people who are in prison for things that are in that vows. Those people are devils. And when all is said and done, we get no clips of Bryce and Zach fondling each other all season. And I can say that. It happened multiple times. And somebody else was talking about this. I'm tired of the discourse about them being gay. Do y'all notice if you go back and watch my videos, I actually didn't start talking about that until we were episodes in because I was like, I don't want to say that. Like maybe that's just how they are. I didn't even touch on that until we were several episodes in. And it was just too blatant for me to ignore. Almost every episode we're seeing them do something. I just posted to my community tab, Zach literally cupping Bryce's butt. If you go back and watch the episode, he's not just great. He didn't just like touch it. Like he literally like gives it a little squeeze. It's episode 24. It's the one where Trinity is wearing the fuzzy boots. Actually, I should just put it in here. I'm just gonna put the clip. We get no clips of Bryce and Zach strategically playing this game and lying about people. No clip of Bryce literally lying about what Casey said, taking that to Trinity. Trinity then further twisting that lie and taking that back to Aniya. Like we get none of that when that's the whole thing that started this hatred that Trinity has for him. None of that. It was a choice. I would have so much more respect for Love Island production if they were unbiased. You have to be. You can't start picking favors in this villa. It really does water your show down. You know what I would have loved to see on movie night? Like I said, everyone get their ass aired out. Y'all gonna show what KC said? Show every time that Aniya walked away from him when he was speaking to her. Why do I have to see people who watch Love Island making those comps instead? Why didn't y'all put that up? Y'all didn't post anything about what Zach and Bryce have been doing. Y'all are biased and it's watering down your show. I'm sorry, your show is becoming shitty because you have a bias. Let's get back to real and raw. It'll make for a better show. And listen, I've been saying since day one that Bryce and Trinity don't like each other. I've been saying that they are running off of the interracial ticket. They're trying to get the win because they know interracial couples play well on TV, in particular Love Island. They're trying to be Nick and Landria. They could never be because they don't like each other. They're not a real couple. And if y'all don't see it after this, I really don't know what to tell y'all. They didn't even have anything to show because these people have no substance. I mentioned it a few videos ago. Every time we see them talk to each other, they're only talking about how they like each other. They're never having any conversations of substance. It's always, I really like you. Yeah, I really like you too. You think we're gonna be good? Yeah, I think we're gonna be good. What's her middle name? Do you know? I bet you don't. Before I get out of here, I also want to touch on something else. I have seen an odd amount of use of the word lustful this season, both coming from in the villa, from Kenzie, from Aniya, I think has used the word lustful, from Melanie, probably most of them, maybe Kata too, I don't know, using the word lustful. I've also seen people on social media start to use lustful when they're defending the girls because they've heard the girl, like again, no original thoughts. They've heard the girls use it, so they're using it now. Is this not a lustful show? KC said it way earlier. I think he said it during the Big Bad Challenge. Is everybody in this bitch not lustful? This is not a new show. It has several hundred seasons in the UK. And if there's been a season every year for USA, that means we're almost a decade into this show. This is season 8. We're almost a decade in. I don't know how this show works. You come on, you lip lock, you spit swap, you kiss on everybody. How is that not lustful? How does anyone who is not lustful end up on Love Island? So I'm just tired of y'all trying to make that a character flaw for people who you don't like they are doing with KC, like they did with Gabe to literally dump him from the villa because he was lustful. All of y'all are lustful, and I don't want to hear that word, definitely don't want to hear that word come out of Kenzie's mouth ever again in life, because we all saw how you moved. That's about it. We are nearing the end of this season, but I'll give my end of season thoughts next week, obviously. Tomorrow is Friday, so we're gonna have a live stream. I'll get it up on the community tab. I haven't yet. I had a very, very busy day, so I didn't have time to do it today. Actually, I have a busy day tomorrow too, but I'll find some time to get that up on the community tab. We'll be going live. We're doing call-ins. We didn't hold call-ins on our impromptu Tuesday, but we said we would have call-ins on Friday. So come one, come all. If you are an Aniya defender, come on up to the stage tomorrow night. We would love to hear you, but come with facts. Come with receipts. I can't wait for tomorrow's live stream. I'm going to get this edited, and I'll see y'all then. Bye. Mustard on Robbie. Why you bother me when you know you don't want me? That's what Melanie was saying to Sincere. Should've never let you hit it. I split it with you. I regret it. You got so fetish. Yeah, shout out to all of y'all who came through for the live. Okay. I can't say that on YouTube. Hey Siri, we can get active.